Morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Week's really flying by. It's crazy how this summer's already well on its way, and we'll be back to fall and football in no time. I got 5 charts to go over. Anyone watching the video for the first time, I referenced the yearly chart. The 20, the 50, and the 200-day moving averages keeps it simple for newbies and quite effective in my opinion. I've used it for a long time and been quite successful with it. So first one I'm starting with is FMFC. Closed at 32 cents yesterday. Had strong volume. Tested the 50-day moving average and pulled back some. Tested it again overnight. It was up in the 40, mid 40 range for a bit. As well, and pull back again. So the way I play this one, right now it's in the 28-29 cent range. It's a great spot maybe to pick up some shares and see if it moves back up. I checked into it quick. There's no risk of dilution or getting delisted any point soon. So you could take that off the table, and it just looks like there's a ton of interest in this one right now. And with all the volume coming in, this one could bounce back real quick. So I find it quite interesting. Like I said, it's the 28-29 cent range is where I'm looking at as picking up some shares maybe. And I doubt, I don't see it really going lower than that. It's been, trading there for a while anyway. So, it could be a little lotto play on that one. So SKYQ is the next one. It's been heavily traded. Had some great news this past week. $2.62 it closed at. Might be down slightly pre-market, but nothing dramatic. Had a strong push off the bottom. Like I said, news came out and it was well received. So the looks like the 20-day moving average I look at as support at the $2 range. I know that's would be a dip down from 262, but I think if it has any dip, I think you'd find some support there and for a bounce. Looks like 358 is the 200-day moving average line right now. It's a nice target to have. I'm not saying it's going to run right up there, but if investors are continue to buy this up, I think it could reach that in near term without much resistance, but we'll see. I'm not predicting it, mind you. I'm not a financial advisor, so just an interesting one to keep in mind. Any dip down to the 2 range would be great, and if it continues higher, might just jump in and see if it can test that 200. OPTU is the next one, $1.61. Strong move on this one as well. Wants to test the 200-day moving average at 169. The way I'd like to play this one, since it's right basically buttoned up against it, I want to make sure that it doesn't turn into resistance. That does happen at times. So if there's interest in this one, I'd wait for a move above the 169, basically 170 range, before I would jump in if you're not already in. Just to make sure that, it doesn't just bounce off that and start moving back down and you get caught. I think if it moves above the 170 range and starts to build support, I think it could see a nice push off of there. So, you're definitely keeping an eye on that one. CLVT, $2.01. It's a bottom bouncer, and those can really be quite effective if the volume continues to come in like this one has seen yesterday. The 20-day looks like it's at the 223 spot, and the 50-day is at 249. So it's really not that far off. I'd like to see both of those tests. I'd like to see the 50 tested at 249. To be honest with you, let's clear that 20-day moving average at 223 and kick that out of the way. We'll see. But I do like the spot here at the $2 range to try to test those moving averages. The next few days. So. The last one I have is BNC, $2.69 a share, testing the 50-day moving average at 272. It's been pinned down, which I enjoy watching some of these that get pushed down by any moving average from high, much higher levels, and you could see the pattern where it starts and it just go right straight down and it gets pinned, and when it breaks above a moving average, that's when the buyers jump in and you can see extremely strong moves. So I'd be looking for that. Looks like, let's see, like I said, 72 is the moving average. So I would say if it gets to the 275 range, I might jump in and see if it can push off that moving average and test the, well, the 200 is up at 540. Not saying it would run straight up to there, but looking at the chart, it's got a lot of room once it pops that moving average in the 272 range. So keep an eye on that one. I appreciate everybody checking out the videos. Any questions, please leave them in the comments. Any charts you want me to look at, I'd gladly do so and give my honest opinion on it. Have a great trading day, everybody, and I'll see you soon.